Welcome to the first show of Scooby and The Field. Our first topic is the USA-Mexico game.
Yeah, okay. Mexico beat Team USA 4-2. USA was winning 2-0, but Mexico responded, scoring 4 straight goals, and, now people are skeptical on whether this USA team is a legit, and...
The problem with the USA,
yes.
and we talked about this earlier, you can't win a game falling asleep on the defensive end. They scored 2 goals in the first 22 minutes.
Yes.
That was phenomenal. I was thinking after a 2-0 score...
all you need to do is just get back on defense.
Exactly. It's good. We're done.
Yes.
But then in the next 13 minutes, Mexico scored 2 goals. They tied it up in the next 13 minutes. You cannot have that type of poor defense.
And, it all comes down to just relaxing and being far-fetched and not staying mentally strong. I mean, not only is this really bad just for the USA overall, but for the popularity of the sport, these players have been working for years. This team that has been together for 6 straight years been trying to build up the popularity and try to get our whole country around this team. But a loss to Mexico, our southern neighbor, and a very bitter rivalry indeed, is a big blow to the sport in America.
And plus, the USA is up 6 spots in the FIFA rankings. The USA is ranked 22nd, Mexico's ranked 28th, actually on a decline in the FIFA rankings.
Yes.
This should have been a close but comfortable win. It should have been like 3-2, 2-1, 1-0 around that general area, but a comfortable win nonetheless. All right, so our second topic, NBA draft. Happened Thursday. Let's talk. What do you think was the steal of the draft?
I think that getting Kemba Walker with Charlotte at number 8 was phenomenal. Charlotte is a team on the rise, already having Gerald Wallace, one of the most dynamic big men in the league. Now they got a point guard who personally went on a one-man tear with UConn and leading them into the NBA finals. To the Final Four, excuse me. What do you think? I
actually have to correct you on something real fast. Yes. Gerald Wallace was traded to the Trailblazers mid-season, so he is not on the team. However, they did make a good trade.
Yes.
They made a 3-team trade. This was before the season. Before the draft, excuse me. They traded away Steven Jackson and Sean Livingston and their 19th pick to move up to the 7th pick, and they also received Corey Maggette. Now, everyone's saying they lost Steven Jackson. That's great offense. But they picked up Corey Maggette.
Yes.
He's an underestimated scorer, and they got the next Ben Wallace and Bismack Biyombo.
And he is a team player. Corey Maggette, all the way going back to the Los Angeles Clippers, wasn't always the guy to score 30 points a game, but the man is consistent. Regardless of what you want, he will bring it defensively, and bringing that veteran leadership for Charlotte is huge. And Steven Jackson, greatest scorer as you want. He's just got a big ego, and it goes back with him all the way to Golden State.
You can't have guys who think they're bigger than the team.
Yes,
it's that simple.
Yes.
One draft that I did not like.
Yes.
I did not like Houston's draft. They made a lot of acquisitions. They got Marcus Morris with the 14th pick.
Yeah.
Nikola Vucevic. USC, that's why I don't know his name.
Of course.
Talentas,
Mr. Bruno.
Monty Junis. They got him with the trade in Minnesota. Chandler Parsons, another trade in Minnesota. And Johnny Flynn.
Yeah.
Now, they got a whole bunch of players, right?
Yes.
This is like the shotgun approach. You get a whole bunch of players. But you don't have one specific idea.
You don't know what to do with them. And the thing is, I'm sorry to say it, Houston, but Yao Ming is done. Yao Ming has had 3 major foot surgeries in the past year, and for a guy who was once so great, I think his career is over. And instead of getting all these guards, well, one guard may have been good, but you wanted to go after size, and that is what Houston failed to do.
Well, no, they picked up Dantas Montiuvis, who's like 7 feet tall.
7 feet
tall. They got one guy who might be able to fill in that international center flavor, but they needed to address this center position more. They got Marcus Morris, who's iffy at the 4 or the 3. Mm-hmm. They need to address the big more.
Although, being an SC fan, unlike you, Mr. Bruin over here, Nikola Vucevic is a big man, European qualities, but he is a very hard worker. I thought that was a good acquisition, but you know what? Like the Field said, it's all about getting size and getting that interior presence to contend with the Lakers, all right? The Lakers may have lost this year to the eventual champions, but you know what? Now that they'll have all that rest, I think that they are going to come back stronger, and I think that they got something to prove.
Well, I want to talk about another draft that I liked. I'm going to get hell for this because I live in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I absolutely love the Boston Celtics draft.
Oh.
What they did is they drafted Marshawn Brooks with their 25th overall pick. But they traded him for Juwan Johnson, the Purdue star. But they also got New Jersey's second-round pick in 2014. Mm-hmm. We all know New Jersey sucks. Sorry, New Jersey fans. So
soon to be Brooklyn.
Soon to be Brooklyn. But hopefully that'll be a high pick for Boston. Mm-hmm. So then they have pretty much a first-round pick there.
Yes.
And then they also got E'Twaun Moore, the other Purdue star. One of these Purdue guys is going to be a stud. I'm not particularly sure which one, but one of them will be.
Yes.
They got both.
Yeah.
They're bound to get one star out of that. And they also got a high second-round draft pick in 2014 draft.
And it's all about putting points on the board, and Boston is doing the smart thing by investing in the future. As good as Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce have been, it's all about building the youth, and the Celtics, I believe, are preparing for that Armageddon. Not all great things don't last forever in the game of basketball, and what they are doing, trying to invest in the future, trying to, build on what they already have in Rajon Rondo, and, try to find something there. I think that Boston scored.
And speaking of teams that are getting older and need to euthanize. Drink some of that. If you know what euthanize means, that's a horrible joke. All right, so San Antonio traded for Kawhi Leonard and Davis Bertans. Now, I have to admit, I don't know a lot about Davis Bertans, but San Antonio's good with these international players. They picked up Ginobili late second round and Parker late first. They know what they're doing with these international players, and all they did was trade away George Hill, their backup point guard, which they can fill in. George Hill. He's a good player, but they can fill him in easy. Yeah. And then a 2005 second-round pick.
2015.
No, they traded away their 2005 second-round pick. Erasm Lorbeck.
Yeah.
Don't know who that is. Mm-hmm. But so they got these good, solid players there with that draft. They got that youth.
Yes.
And they're starting to rebuild. Kawhi Leonard could fill in that Tim Duncan role.
And the great thing is, now that Phil Jackson is gone from the Lakers, Greg Popovich is the best coach in the NBA. He has taken Tim Duncan, this tall guy from Wake Forest that nobody knew about, and he turned him into one of the greatest all-star players. Who was Manu Ginobili, this lanky guy from Argentina? Who was Tony Parker, this small guy from Spain? Yet he was able to put them together, put in a winning strategy, and you know what? The international plan has been working for San Antonio, and I think that it's going to work for years to come.
They know what they're doing, not in the USA, and they've gotten some good talent. But now let's go to our last topic, the College World Series. Now, to set the stage for you, it's going to be a best 2 out of 3 series. It's going to be Florida against South Carolina. Florida is the number 2 rated team in the NCAA. South Carolina is the 4 rated team, but they are also the defending champs.
Yes.
So they might have an edge there. Mm-hmm. Also, SEC teams in the College World Series, when not going up against fellow SEC teams, are undefeated. So congratulations to the SEC.
Yes.
You dominated college baseball this year.
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole thing that they do in football, The
SEC is becoming the best athletic conference.
Yep.
But so who do you have in this game, in this series, Florida or South Carolina?
I've got Florida. The reason why is that Florida is a team that are the national champions. they know what it takes to win, and they have veterans that came back from this year, that came back from last year and put it into this year. South Carolina to me remains untested, and just the way that Florida has been playing, they've just been putting on a show. I mean, it's been seamless the way that they've been going through teams throughout the whole College World Series.
I actually have to disagree with you. I have South Carolina.
Ooh.
The thing with South Carolina is they've already won the title. Talking about tested, they have been tested.
Mm-hmm.
They've already gotten to the title and won it.
Mm-hmm.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think that it's gonna be a close series. Baseball is usually close, especially SEC rivals.
Yes,
it's gonna be fierce competition.
It's gonna go into extra innings. I mean,
at least one game.
At least one game, maybe two, maybe all of them. You're talking about two rivalry teams that play each other year round, and now that they are in the championship, things are about to explode in Omaha.
It's going to go crazy. So
yes,
I have South Carolina winning it 2-1. What do you have?
I've got Florida barely edging South Carolina 2-1. I mean that this thing could be a coin toss. Both teams have earned their right to be there, and regardless of who wins, I just want to see a great series. What about you?
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a great series.
Mm-hmm.
So, first game is Monday.
Who's the home team?
I believe it's Florida.
All right.
So, looks like we're going to have a good series.
Yeah.
That's Scooby. I'm The Field. Thank you for watching our first episode.
Yes.